What's that? Welcome. Well, good morning to you. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you guys slept good. I slept terrific. Slept right next to my baby. Man can't ask for no more when he's sitting there sleeping next to his baby. Man, look here, man. We had a great class yesterday. I mean, just ripping it, baby. I think we had like 8,074, something like that viewing. And I'm still rising on the subscribers, man. I appreciate it. This week, we'll be in TikTok studios. Watch out there now. We made it. We made it, family. We doing it. We pushing out that information. You guys are sharing the channel. And I appreciate you, man. You guys could be anywhere else, but you right here with me, man. So today, this morning, we're going to talk about what get people in debt. Okay. We have this consuming idea here in the United States. So, I'm trying to get people to reprogram themselves. Okay. Get yourself in a situation to where you're proud of yourself instead of getting yourself in a situation where you're frustrated. When you wake up in the morning, you don't want to go to work, or you work a third shift, you're tired, and you know what I'm saying? Crystal, what's happening? Costa Rica, baby. Hey, Crystal says she in Costa Rica vacationing. You go, girl. Good morning, CNBA kid. What's happening, baby? What's happening? But I want you guys to be proud of yourselves, man. We work hard. You know what I mean? I said, we family, we can talk about this. We work hard for our money. Why should we give it back to the system? Why not us, you and I, become the system? Because that's what I try to teach people. It's not savings, it's systems that keep you in a good standard, in a good situation to where you can operate without struggling, okay? So this morning, I'm going to give you guys 6 reasons why people stay in debt. And see if one of these, or 2 of these, or 3 of these, or 4 of these meet your standards. Because we all do it, We all, BJ, what's happening, baby? We all do this, man. And I ain't like I tell people, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome. I don't try to say I'm better than nobody else. I was you at one point, struggling, check to check. Pumpkin, where you been? Morning, what's going on? High buy tips, BJ. On my channel, I don't try to think I'm no better than you guys. I don't have any degrees. I don't have any of that. I'm just expressing to you guys how I got a debt and how my wife and I are able to travel the world. And I said, okay, if you want to try this what you can do. This what I did to get us in a situation that my wife trusts me with finances because that's all I study. I study nothing else. It's finances. I don't go to school for it. I don't do anything. I just read. And as we travel, I study other countries' economics. That's all I do. And then I come up with systems. You know what I mean? So, all right. Let me turn my music down. I'm gonna pause my music here so we can get started, man. All righty. All right, guys. Here's the deal here. Most people, now this is just my opinion, okay? I feel myself going 47-51 from the 3 basketball chicks out by highlight. Okay. Morning, fam. What's up, sweet love? What's happening? What's happening, baby? You know? Okay, guys. Most people, they operate with feelings, when they're dealing with money. I was talking about that yesterday, right? And they wake up hoping money will work out itself. We all done it. I wish. I wish I had a big mansion. Why? I wish I had a Bugatti. Why? I'm just asking. Somebody's got to ask that question. Why? Because you seen somebody else with one? That was me. I don't do that no more. That's their life. That's not my life. People see other people with stuff and they want it. Have you ever noticed that? But see, money respects systems, not emotions. You can be sensitive all you want about your money and you'll blow it. Then you find yourself mad, irritated, pissed off about what happened to your money. See, most people are wondering what happened to it instead of making it do what you wanted to do. You see? Big Papa. I love it when they call me Big Papa. What's going on, baby? All right, guys, let's get to it. I still, you guys know how my feed go. Go, woo. I be trying to wait for people to get in because I know people got things to do. They getting off work. They at work, hiding in the bathroom, listening to my TikTok. Welcome. Y'all know how we do. We ain't right, y'all. We ain't right. All right, guys, let's do it. What do we have first? No system. People just go paycheck to paycheck. They have no system on where their money is going to go. Most say, well, I'm just going to pay my bills. Let me enlighten you on something. I was that guy. Like I said, I'm no better than you. I just figured it out and started making systems. I used to do the same thing. And you know what that made me do? Live paycheck to paycheck. I wasn't telling my money what to do. I had nothing set in place where I'm constantly having money available to me. Okay? Rolling it around for you. Okay? So no systems. So you're feeling the shift every day and the system stays the same. It just stays the same. You know how people, they're tired, they don't want to get up. They got bills to pay and then they binge eat. Stop that. They get depressed and they binge eat, See, you got to have a mission in life. And I try to explain this to people. As long as you got a mission in life, you'll feel better because now you have something to aim for. If you're just going day by day, working every day, this is why people get burnt out. They have no mission. I always play this trick with people, right? And I get the same answer 99.9% of the time. They be talking to me, I just hold my hands in my pocket. I'm listening. One thing about me, I listen. I don't listen to respond. I listen to what you're saying. There's a difference. Most people, when you're talking, they're already trying to figure out how they're going to answer you in their head. I don't do that. I listen. So when they get done, I'll be like, okay, what do you plan on doing with your life? I mean, what is your ending game? I don't know. I get that. I get that 99.9% of the time, right? I'm going to tell you what changed me. A good woman will elevate a man. She will push him to the limit. My wife asked me one day, I've always had the ability to make money. I blew it, but I always had the ability to make money. I cut grass, I detail cars, I clean concrete and driveways and sidewalks. I work for the postal service. Anything that's legal, I do it because I don't do well in small spaces. So my wife and I were having dinner. She said, Poppy, you're making pretty good money. What's the ending plan? And I never really thought about it. I was like, right then, she made me think, what's the ending game, babe? You can't work like this your entire life. True. You're going to get old. Hello. You're going to get old. One thing that you're going to get away from, taxes and death. You going, dog. You can't get to heaven and say, I know I've been bad. I'm going to swipe my credit card. No. You know what I mean? So you got to know your ending game. My ending game for my wife and I, if you're new, please do not get on my channel talking about politics. I welcome you to the block party. I got rules to my standard. Boom. Number one rule, we will not be disrespectful to people. Number two rule, we don't talk religion or politics. We talk finances. If you come on here, Trump this and Trump that, I'll give you some popcorn and I'll welcome you to my block party. Don't worry. You ain't the only one over there. All right. You got to have a mission. My wife and I are moving to the Caribbean when we retire. Okay? When we retire, we're moving to the Caribbean. That's our ending plan. We was looking at people over there over the weekend, expats, what they call them, And man, it was doing great. What we think we need to retire over here, over there, you don't need that type of money. And that's why we're doing it, That my ass, I don't be like, that's right. That's why 100 grand. Hey, I block them, bro. I don't do that. I be respectful to people. That's what I do. But on my platform, I keep it safe for us adults. You understand? I keep it safe for us adults. I used to watch The Godfather, but I don't talk about relationships. Mine is mine. My baby is my baby. I don't know about nobody else's baby. You know what I mean? So you got to have a plan at the end. Okay? What do you want to do? You want to work the rest of your life? Because all you saying is, long as I can pay my bills, I'm good. Get away from people like that. They're crabs in the barrel. Get away from them. Because they have no ending game. All they're going to do in the end is look for the government to help them. And as you can see, we get no help. We have to help ourselves. All right? So you got to have a system set in place to where your money is going to go. Where's my money going? Is my money going here? Is my money going here? Me, I do velocity banking. I did that yesterday. If you checked out my class, I transferred or recorded that class and I sent it to my YouTube channel. So you can check that out. I put my YouTube channel address up here at the end of the class. That way you can join the YouTube. So when we talk on TikTok, when I get done with the TikTok class, I transfer that over to the YouTube channel. That way you can watch it again. All right. Number 2, spending before planning. Some people, when they get money in their hand, they going ham, dog. They going ham. They just cannot help themselves. If they see money sitting there, they're going to spend it. No doubt. They're going to spend it. So, and that's good, Crystal. You go, girl. Crystal says she want to purchase a home in Costa Rica. You go, girl. That's your ending game. You see? How was the tequila, EQ? Ooh, boy. I sat on my patio with my fire pit yesterday and just, that's all it takes is one. I start singing for you. You know what I mean? So, you have to be aware of your spending, right? People don't plan first. They swipe first. Whoop. Then they think about it later. Man, I ain't need that. I don't even know why I bought that. You know what I mean? Nah, boy, he said he wants to buy an RV and travel the world. You sound like my son. My son's in the military, right? He's getting ready to make captain. And that's what he said he want to do. He just want to buy him an RV and just go. That's his ending plan. He'll have his retirement. He'll have his investment. He'll have his rental properties. He can go where he wants to go. And that's what I want for you guys. A life is supposed to be lived, not just exist. You're supposed to live. But the way they got things set up now, they want us to work the rest of our lives, right? They're trying to raise the retirement age. People are not living longer. Stop it. They're talking about 71, right? People are dying in their 60s and 70s. So if I work for 50 years and I can't get my full retirement at 71, I die at 72. Does that make any damn sense? They don't want to give us our money. They want us to put in but never get back. That's the plan. You see? So be careful with that, man. You just gotta be very careful what you do with your money, okay? Your bills come before you. At 207 Scott, the system is a scam. You better stop telling the truth. Tell him, Scott, you better stop telling the truth. You know what I mean? So, you have to, I want to say, if the check belongs to them, right? When people spend, and I didn't have a check belonging to me till ways back, right? Well, most of the time when people get a check and it belongs to them, what's the first thing they think about? They don't think about themselves first, their future. They think about spending. They'll go spend the whole damn half of the thing, and then they'll say, well, I'm going to put this in savings. Me, I'm the total opposite. Remember, I can't think for myself. I have a wife. We are a unit. So when I screw up, we screw up. So I have to look for our future. That's right. They put more. There it is. They put more value on their time and labor and less value on ours. There it is. See, y'all know this stuff, but they work us so much, right? And this is scientifically proven, right? They exhaust us, but they work us, they exhaust us, and then take up our time like overtime, right? Why are they doing this? Not to give you more money, not just to make you feel good about yourself. No, if they take your time and you exhaust it, guess what? You don't have time to clearly think about yourself. What do you want to do? Because you're tired, exhausted, and you work all the time. They're taking your time so you won't have time to figure out what you want to do. See, if you can't build your dreams, they're going to hire you to build theirs. That's what they do. Joe, I'll put it up here when I get done at the end of the class, my friend. I appreciate you asking. I appreciate you. Welcome, Joe. I appreciate you joining, my friend. You can be anywhere you want, but you're right here. I appreciate you. All right? Now, this is a big one right here. Death by small purchases. I'm guilty. I'm guilty as hell. You ever go into a store and you say, I'm just going to go look. I ain't going to buy nothing. Then you come out that sucker with 4 or 5 bags. I found good deals. You see, we do it to ourselves because of our behavior, our habits. We all have bad habits, and I had to break mine. My bad habit was machinery, right? Machinery. I'm a hands-on guy. Cut grass, weed eat. I buy stuff because it's on sale. Oh, it's 50% off. Let me tell you about that 50% off. And I learned this kind of late, right? So I'm going to tell you. It's not really a sale. They'll jack the price up and then bring it back down. Then they say it's 50% off. I want to go get them, dog. I want to go get them. When I learned that, boy, I want to. But hey, that's how they get us. That's how they get us. They'll jack the price up and tell you it's a 50% discount when they bring it down. You just pay the regular price than what it was. See? They manipulate us into buying, purchasing. You see? If you look at every commercial, this is why I say people who watch TV a lot, they spend more money than the average person. A lot more. Why? They are being bombarded with commercials. Buy this, buy this, buy it. Oh, this is a good deal. Oh, look at this. Oh, you'll never find one like that. But whatever you put in your mind, reality. If you watch a lot of TV, there you go. Young man, you influenced. You may not think so, Even the music you listen to, right? If you listen to that music constantly, you know, you start putting negative thoughts in here, especially if the music is negative. That's why I listen to jazz. Jazz, all you got is them instruments. And you can hear every instrument with some tequila. Underlay, underlay. See, that's why I listen to jazz. There's nothing going in my mind but sweet music. Right? Whatever you put in your brain, it's going to start affecting you. No tracking. No tracking. I interview people, right? Just to test them. And this is probably 95% of people I interview, right? I ask, they sit down with me, they say, hey, I heard you know about finances. I said, I don't know where you heard that. Stop spreading rumors. Man, stop playing. You play all the time. What? That's what you need to know, man. And he explained this situation. I said, watch this. 99% of the time, this is the answer that I get. I said, well, how much you make? I make about four bands every 2 months. Every month, about 4,000. That's okay. Watch this. How much do you spend a month? Yeah, I'm talking to you. He said, well, how am I supposed to know that? No tracking. Zero. I get that answer almost every time. That's the first thing I ask them. I say, how much you make? They can tell me. Then I say, well, how much do you spend a month? Most of the time, they can't tell me. I said, well, how much you spend on going out to eat every month? They can't tell me. Well, I don't know, maybe. I said, no. We ain't maybeing around Chim. We need to know our numbers. We need to know, not guessing, not, well, my friend said we go out and we may have spent. No, we ain't worried about your friend. We worried about your bank account. Tell your friend you ain't got money at the time to go out to eat. Tell your friend you making you a lunch to take to work. Cause see, where I work at, I'm your local postman, so I talk to everybody. I'll be out on the route, man. I'm on your TikTok. Let me ask you a question. I always get that. Me, don't mind. Bring it, dog. And I tell people, I was like, well, you got to track your money, man. See, back in the day before we had all this technology, and don't get me wrong, I'm a technology guy, right? But how I track my money was I put a small tablet in my pocket. Every time I bought something, I don't care if it's a small stick of gum or a hat or gas, I would write it down, right? I would write it down. Lo and behold, y'all, I did it for a month. Finally got my pad filled up. So I got down and I started calculating, right? I said, okay, I know how much I spent. Now I went down through the list and scratched off what was not a necessity. How much money I had left over after I get rid of those not necessities? Ooh, God, hey, I had to go on the patio and pour me 2 drinks. I had so much money left over, but it was just going out the window on unnecessary stuff that I didn't even need. And I always say, damn, man, I ain't got no money. Oh, I had money. But I just didn't budget. I didn't have no tracking. Zero. Now, guys, my other one, living with a zero margin. You don't know how much money you're going to have left over. You just spinking. You spending out, bling, bling, bling. Not sure what you're going to have left over. Not sure, what's this and what's that. I'm looking for my emails, y'all. You know I run a business, so I got to look out for my emails, too. So people be texting me early in the morning. They're like, I don't sleep. I don't. But it's all good, though. I don't really care, When you put an emergency fund up, it ain't the emergency fund that gets people because they got to put it up. It's their bad habits. You know, the $9 a day, the $10 a day, the $15 a day, right? Where I work at, it's two places. People, no, it's three places I see a lot of employees go. One, we got a brand new service station right next to the post office, right? They go in there and get pizza, sliced pizza, sandwiches. What's going on, Miss Bagley? Welcome. Sliced pizza, hot dogs, you name it. They come out that mug, boy, hey, like they running errands. Oops, I forgot Veronica fries. They be running errands for each other, just buying it up. I'm sitting there. I don't knock what people do with their money, but remember, they talking to me about finances. Two, the Waffle House. There's a Waffle House on every corner in Atlanta, ain't it? We got one right across the street from the post office. And here they go. Where you going? Oh, I'm going to Waffle House. And I'm just like, okay. See, I'm observant. I observe people, you know. And here we go. I can be sitting outside minding my own business and a car pull up. So, interesting. Excuse me. Yeah. Is there such and such and such a? I said, yeah, in the building. I got his delivery. Grubhub. You see? Me, my wife packed my lunch every single day. She don't want me eating out. She said, I don't know what they're feeding you. She said, that's why people get flu, cold, get sick. She said, you know how many people are handling your food before it gets to you? Ask me how she knows. My wife been at the hospital 38 years. She works at the hospital 38 years. She sees it all. And you know what? It's very rare I get a cold, a runny nose, sniffling, none of that. It's very rare that I get it. And she said because people don't wash their hands enough and they let other people handle their food. I'm just saying. You know? Not using credit wisely. Let's discuss something here, shall we? Not knocking people because people just don't know. I get it. If you have good credit and you are struggling, it's because you have a lack of knowledge of your situation. No way you should have good credit and you're struggling. No way. You just don't know the tools that are available to you. You ever heard somebody say, I don't want to mess up my credit, but they're struggling? That don't make any sense. To somebody like me, it don't make any sense. Why do you have good credit if you ain't going to use it? Just in case. Just in case what? You struggling. How much more case do you need? You struggling. Use it. But people don't know how. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous, man, how we as people think. And, and people don't use their credit properly. And here's the thing about debt. You can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. Can't fix it. I talked about that yesterday, MS Lovely. I put it on my YouTube channel. It's already on there. When I get done with this class, I download it and I put it on my YouTube channel. I put my YouTube channel on the board in the back of me as soon as I get done with this class, okay? I put it up there, you guys. Go join the channel. I got a lot of stuff going on trying to help you guys and systems that would benefit you guys, you see? So I'm working a lot of stuff in the background to help people. All right. So, but you can't fix what you refuse to acknowledge. Okay. I had a guy, and we were sitting there on his front porch. We were playing dominoes, And he went out there to the mailbox. I said, you got a credit card? He said, man, I don't even want to look at it, man. I'm just gonna put it on the counter. I said, what they gonna do? Jump out that damn thing and hide from you? Hey, what's it gonna do? Why are you hiding the bill from yourself? What's that all about? Why do people hide bills from themselves? Or they don't want to look at it? I don't get that part. It ain't gonna go nowhere. It's still gonna be there. They're just like an alcoholic, right? They drink to forget problems. But when they sober up, guess what? Problem's still there. Exact same thing with debt debtors. What I call them debt debtors. It's the same thing. I was the same way, man. I didn't know how much debt I had. I knew how much I made. I didn't know how much I had going out. Once I calculated it, right? Okay, now I knew exactly what I spent per month. Right? Now I had to add my bills up of what I owe people. My wife had to go get me another bottle of tequila. I was like, damn, man, what the? Because you don't know until you know. And once you know, it ain't a pretty thing. Because now you have to come into reality. I didn't realize I was in this much of debt. And it scares people, right? So instead of people looking inward to fix it, they look outward. They hear people making promises and all this other stuff. All you need is the correct information. That's it. And you can fix the majority of stuff yourself, right? So let me explain to you guys how I stop myself from spending. Okay. What I did, I contacted, and I learned this from what's his name? Clark Howard years ago. He used to be on CNN teaching finance classes, right? And I don't know what it was. I was just sitting in my chair watching news, which I normally don't watch the news. I normally don't watch any TV. I'm a reader. I read constantly, right? That's why I pick up so much information. Remember what I told you? Whatever you put in here, you'll get back. So he taught me, he says, you don't need that LifeLock and all that stuff to protect your credit. You can do it yourself. And I was like, do tell. So what he taught me was I contacted all 3 credit bureaus, right? And I froze my credit. Literally froze it. And what that does is stop me from spending. Because see, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, when you purchase something, right, a big purchase, they're going to ask to check your credit, right? So I figured this system out for myself. It may work for you and it may not. Try it. But anyway, I froze my system. I froze my credit report, right? That way, when I go purchase something and they say you need to check my credit, I literally have to pull my cell phone out, open up my app, and then talk to a computer. It's going to ask me, you want to unfreeze your credit or do this, do that? I was like, unfreeze credit. And it's going to ask me, how long do I want my credit unfroze for? And I'll say, well, how long will it take you guys to check my credit? Oh, just a few minutes, Miss EQ, just a few minutes. I say 24 hours. So the computer asks you again, 24 hours is when you want how long you want your credit lifted for? Yes. All right. And then lock it in. Watch this. It raises up from the freeze. Now they can check my credit. In 24 hours, it shuts back down. Nobody can check my credit. What did that do for me? It took me, I had to take effort. Break out my cell phone, do all this stuff and do it. And it broke me that habit of buying stuff. Because I have to open up my phone. It ain't hard, but it take a little minute. I don't want to do that. And I broke myself of that habit. And my credit has been froze for what, 13 years now? Now, when I get ready to buy another rental property, of course, I rise it, especially when I know I'm going to buy. I go ahead and do it before I leave the house. And they say, well, how long do you want this credit report unfroze for? 48 hours. Punch in my 48 hours, lock it in 48 hours, it locks right back down. It stopped me from spending. And it put me in a great situation, okay? I'm not sure, like I said, you can try that system. It worked for me, and I enjoyed it, you know? I mean, my wife's like, yo, just keep your credit on lock. I said, why do I need credit right now? Now, when you freeze your credit, things still get reported to the credit bureau, like when you pay your bills, or you pay your bill on time, or you pay your credit card on time. Everything is still being reported. People just can't check it. Prime example. You know what I'm saying? Prime example. Watch this. My wife and I, we were sitting in the living room, right? Watching a movie. I get a phone call. True story. About 14 years ago. Was it? Maybe 11 years ago. Guy calls me. He said, hey, he called my name. I said, yeah, is this him? I said, yeah, it is. I said, how can I help you? He said, we was wondering when you come back in and was coming back in and finished making the purchase on your car. I said, what car? He said, well, you came in yesterday and looked at a Chevrolet, and we couldn't check your credit. You said you was going home to unfreeze it because I told you, the credit was frozen. I couldn't check your credit. I said, that wasn't me. He said, excuse me? I said, that wasn't me. He said, well, someone had watch this. They had your name, your social security, your address, but we have to check the credit, and he couldn't unlock it. I said, and he ain't going to unlock it. So if I wouldn't have had my credit report locked, guess what? Somebody would have had a car in my name and driving it. This is why you protect your own credit. That's a true story. This is no joke. This is no cap. True story. So lock your credit, man. Protect yourself. Protect your credit. See, I got an 832 credit report. You see? I got to protect myself. You know, there was a guy on here yesterday. He said he had an 840. So it goes all the way up to 850 now on your credit report. Not really understanding why they go all the way up to 850. You can get the same thing with, I don't know. Well, let me rephrase that. Let me step back. Maybe lower interest rate. Donna, you can lock it through Experian. All 3 credit bureaus. Just contact them online. You can do it online. Back when I did mine, I just wrote all 3 a letter, and they have to respond to me in 30 days. So when they respond to me, I put a freeze on it, send it all back, and it was done. But now they make it easy for you. You can go online to all 3 credit bureaus, and you can freeze your credit. You don't need Lock Life. Besides, they got hacked. They kept saying, well, you can't hack us. Somebody hacked the hell out of you. You see? So, top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Yeah, I know, Eve. I know it. It's people are trying to get you. And they don't care, man. They don't care that they're hurting you. They don't. They just want what they want. And that's why I try to teach you guys, protect yourself, man. Protect your credit, protect everything that you got, There you go, Miss Bagley. Miss Bagley got the websites for y'all. Okay. Where's Miss Bagley? That's an A, Miss Bagley. Recess for you today, too. You go, girl. You can look up all that stuff, man, and you can go in there and freeze your credit. That'll stop you from, it stopped me from spending because I had to take the effort to go in and unlock everything, you see? So, and another habit that I have, and I still use it to this day, and I thank my wife for this, right? And she knows it too, if she's listening. I would go into Home Depot, you unlock it all 3 places now? No, it depends on which credit bureau the company that you're trying to get credit from, which one do they use? That's how you do that. See, if they use Experian, you unlock your Experian. If they use the other one, you unlock that one. See, different companies use different credit bureau. You need to find out which credit bureau they're checking. Then you can unlock it like that. All right. But this is how my wife taught me a lesson. We was at Home Depot. You guys know I'm a machinery guy. I like weed eaters, zero ratio lawnmowers. I got so much equipment. Hell, I got more equipment than Home Depot. I got a building upstairs and downstairs in the back of my house full of equipment that still got tags on it. I didn't need that stuff, but it was on sale. I'm looking at this weed eater, right? I got about 5 of them. Damn, that's pretty nice. Here's my sweetheart. She got her ways of doing things, right, to make me think. She comes by. She says, "That's a nice weed eater, Poppy." I said, "Well, thanks, babe." She said, "But you got 5. I'm going to go down here with the Washington drives, okay?" You know what I'm saying? So, oh my goodness. And it just stopped me from doing that. And she asked me, "I mean, how many times are you going to use that, Poppy? You got 5 weed eaters." I said, "This is true." First I like, you know how to spoil a man's routine, She said, "I love you." She got her ways to stop me from buying stuff. You know what I mean? APR rates matter for what? Your your credit reports. They don't have to do that with APRs or anything like that. It's just you want to freeze your credit. You want to protect yourself. Anytime that people don't use a lot of credit as they think they do. I mean, how many times do you actually go finance something? You got to ask yourself that. Me, unless I'm financing a big house or not big house, but a property, or I don't even finance my cars. I swipe my credit card to buy I bought my car with a credit card because I got open lines of credit, right? Swipe my credit card, get my 2% cash back, reach into my open line of credit, pay that credit card off, move the balance from a 26% to a 9.99%, and then dump my paycheck back in there. I got my title. They can't take it from me. It's my car. See, I don't believe in notes. I don't. I believe in titles. And there's ways that you can do it to get it. That way, you're free. You can just concentrate on something else. Good morning, DC. Good morning to you. How are you? So there's a lot of ways, guys, that we can help ourselves and keep the system from wrecking us. And I try to tell people, you got to think like a bank, not like a consumer. See, a bank think a certain way. My boy said, "I have 54 credit cards, and is that good?" We take my bill off. So you got to think like a bank. Stop thinking like consumers. Why is my money sitting here in the bank? Okay, what is it doing for me? Me, this guy. If I see some money sitting in my checking account, first thing I'm thinking is this: go do something for me. You're not doing nothing. Bye. Go do something for me. You know what I mean? So, say I went to the dealership with a check. They didn't like that. No, they don't like checks. They don't like them checks, Crystal. I got buddies of mine that sell cars and stuff like that. I deal with one guy, right? He's been selling me my cars he sold me, I got a CLS 400 Mercedes now. He sold me my BMW. He sold me my, what is that? A C13. He sold me that. And he sold me something else. One guy. I tell him what I'm looking for, and for some reason, he finds it. I bought the CLS 400 Mercedes because they don't make them anymore. That's more for my grandson. He's 1 now. But by the time he gets up, that car will be worth a lot of money. You see? I think numbers. What's the best secured credit cards? Secured. You have to go in, if you're working on credit, what I tell people, if you're working on credit and you've been with your bank or your credit union for a while, right? Like me, I've been with my credit union, it'll be 30 years in March. You can walk in and say, "Hey, listen, I'm trying to work on my credit. I would like to apply for a secured credit card, right? And what they'll probably ask you for a $500 deposit. And what that is it's secure in an account that you will open, right? And they'll give you a card. It's almost like a debit card, but it's a credit card connected to the credit union or the bank. Don't go over that $500. I repeat, do not go over the $500 that you have secured. Okay? We're working on your credit. Use the card to go buy some gas. Or if you go out to eat or whatever, just buy you small, like a hamburger and stuff like that, fries, use your credit card. Okay? Pay it off at the end of the month or almost at the end of the month, or look at your due date. You can pay it on the statement date or you can pay it on the due date. Do not miss your payment. Do not be late on your payment. You're trying to work on your credit, okay? Now, you do this for about 6 months to 7 months to 8 months, right? Depends on you, how bad you want to step your game up. You go back in the facility of your bank or your credit union. Then you ask them and say, then you tell them, hey, I'd like to apply for a unsecured credit card. Just tell them, I got my secured credit card through you guys. If you look at my history, I've been doing good. I pay my credit card off every month and blaza this and blaza that, right? They'll give you an unsecured credit card. They'll probably start you off with $2,000 to $5,000 because they looking at your history, what you have done. See, people think that banks, don't get me wrong, they're in it to make money. Credit cards are in it to make money. Credit unions are in it to make money. But here's what they look at. Pay close attention. They don't look at how much money you deposit. They look at your behavior with the money. That's how they make their money. They track your behavior and then they line you up. They're going to make their money. It's a behavior thing. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. People's behavior with their money gets them in trouble. Not that they don't make enough. Some people don't make enough, but they have to find some way to cover that. But the majority of the people, they just got bad behavior with their money. I saw a guy, he's like, man, I just don't know how to budget money, and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And so we in the store, we talking, we was going to shoot pool. So he grabs 2 cases of beer. I just don't know what the problem is. Like I tell you guys, I be scoping people when they be talking to me. 2 cases of beer, and he don't know what the problem is. I was listening to a guy down in Georgia. We go across the state line, the post office right there. We got a post office right there at the state line, right? I go in the store, I'm in line. Guy was coming in buying $120 worth of lottery tickets, right? This lady said he comes in probably twice a week to do that. Twice a week to do that. Then he buys them the cases of cigarettes, not the package, the cases of cigarettes. So he leaves out. She says, I don't feel sorry for some people. I was like, damn, I don't even know you, lady. You got to talk about me like that. She said, started laughing. She said, no. The guy that just walked out. She says, he's struggling like a mug, but every time he gets his check, he comes in here and buys at least $120 worth of lottery tickets, and he buys at least 4 cartons of cigarettes. God! Behavior with your money. What's going on, sweets? What's happening? Behavior with your money. So no, Adonna, most people's behavior is not dealing with depression. No, not dealing with depression. They just looking for a quick fix. Like lottery. All lottery is a tax on the people. That's all it is. You know how you buy a ticket and then all of a sudden, D-Ray, what's happening? All of a sudden you get another, it says win free ticket. And you go get a note and you win $5, $10. How many of you play lottery? And have you really added up how much money you spent on a lottery ticket versus how much money you won? Which one wins? What you bought the lottery ticket or the amount of money you won? I'm just asking for a friend. Y'all hear that? I'm asking them. Yeah. I never play lottery. My wife, she said, "You'll probably be the one to win, Poppy." I was like, no, I'm not falling for that game. All it is a tax on the people. It's just an extra tax. That's all it is. And people don't, well, you can't tell people what to do with your money. Well, don't come to me complaining about your debt. See, this goes both ways there, hero. That's right. Scott hit around the head. Scott said, "Why do you think when you play the lottery, you always only a few numbers off?" Emotional damage. You know what I mean? That's it. I used to buy $100 worth a month. Woo! Never win a lot now. I put in Bitcoin. Go, girl. You go. Miss Bagley, another A. Jesus Christ. This damn lady is a damn genius, my God. You see, people behavior with their money. And here's the thing, guys. Stop buying cars. Stop buying cars. I know so many people. I was guilty. I almost had that car paid off. Something new comes out. Oh, I got to have that joint, man. Sheesh, I got to have. Didn't even get a chance to enjoy the car note that they now have back in their pockets. They go trade it in. Now they got another car note for another 6 or 7 years. Emotional damage. I was guilty, bro. I was guilty. Trading cars in and never broke free to just enjoy that money or have that money. Because I was used to paying it, right? Why not put that money into an investment? I was used to not having it, right? Enjoy not having that car note. Enjoy making your money behave. Hey, go do something for me. This is what I want my channel to remember. Every time you go, you have money, right? And here's the thing. I've been having $20 in my wallet for about 3 months, 4 months, 3 months. One of those. Ever since we came back from Mexico, I've had a $20 bill in my pocket. Yeah, just in case I need some money on me. Haven't touched it. My wife and I, since we've been back from Mexico, we only buy essentials. Like groceries, gas, we're not big on materialistic things. We're big on making memories. That's why we travel all the time. I mean, we travel all the time. Every 100 days or so, we out the country. That's how we roll, dog. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. We're taking you guys with us. We'll be in Africa for 2 weeks in April. You guys going. We took you to Mexico. You're going with us. You hear me? If I eat, we eat. If I drink, we drink. All right? That's how this works. We're family. We don't talk bad about each other. We all got issues. Nobody's perfect. We've all made mistakes. We've all been in debt before. We all feel some kind of way that we made a mistake. But mistakes can be corrected, okay? That's right, Eve. It feels good when your vehicle and your house paid off. Yeah, I appreciate it, young man. Thank you so much. See, one thing about a paid off house, I'll tell you what my neighbor told me. Hey, Eric, take your shoes off and walk on the grass. It feels different. He's right. You see? He was right. So I was like, hey, man, I need to watch what I spend. Because, see, here's the thing about me, guys. And I'm not trying to get into relationships, not my thing. My wife is my responsibility. She trusts me with our finances. When we met, that was the deal. She takes care of me, I take care of us. 14 years later, perfection, baby. Perfection. You know, I love a girl and she loves me. Perfection. You know, I told my wife when we were dating, I said, hey, let's go make this money. We'll fall in love later. You know, that's how it works, baby. We're looking to rise up to the top. So, you guys, I got an email coming in, guys. Wait a minute. Okay. Now, so most people use credit as a means of living. Smart people use credit for leverage. See, some people use credit cards to live off of. Me, I use credit cards for leverage. Not to live off of, but leverage. Like, for instance, my credit card pays me 2% cash back on every purchase. So what did I do? Immediately when I got that MasterCard, I'm going to set my bills up on this. Why would I set my bills up on that credit card? It's paying me to use it. 2% cash back, electric bill, 2% cash back, phone bill, 2% cash back, groceries. My wife go get her nails and hair done, 2% dog. She go to the grocery store, 2% dog. We go on vacation, right? We got so many points, we eat for free. We eating off our points. Cash back. Now, unless you're working on having good credit, this is just me. Not telling you, it's just what I think. That's right, those rebates add up. Get your credit card that benefits you. Let's say you like to go out to eat, get your dinner card. That way you can pile your points up and you can probably eat at a restaurant for free. One of your favorite ones. Make sure the restaurant is on the list that they have for you. You know what I mean? My wife and I, we travel a lot. So our cash back is perfect for us. Hotel stays and, eat free. I mean, it works for us. You know what I'm saying? See, it works for us. Get one that benefits what you like doing. You know, I love my Plat Amex. Oh yeah, you go, girl. Yeah, I mean those Amexes are good too. Just get one that benefits you. I can't tell you the best kind because you may think it's junk. Because I got a Quicksilver as well, right? My wife uses the Quicksilver. I pay her credit card off at the end of the month, right? She got my Quicksilver. So whatever she puts on there, I pay it off for her. So that's how our family works. I pay the bills. My wife, she buys the groceries and she take care of the household. Anything inside the house, my wife take care of. Anything outside the house, I got you. Anything goes wrong with the house, she just tell me it's fixed. If something go wrong with her BMW, I take it down there, get it fixed. It's a system, just like money. It's a system. We know our role. I don't step in her space. She don't step in mine. We try to. We're like, she said, what you doing in the kitchen? I'm gonna give me something to eat. Sit down in your chair. What do you want? That's just her though. What works for me may not work for you. And that's what I try to tell people when I explain money. This is what I'm doing. You can try it if you want. If you got something set in place that you're satisfied with and you good with it, do it. Because a lot of people, well, not a lot, some people, they think it's just one way. If you don't do it their way, it ain't the right way. Well, that's stupid. That's not the correct way to do it. Somebody's outside with a ladder. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. See, credit is king now. Cash is still king. Credit is king. By God. You hear me? Credit's king. Here's why I say that. I bring receipts. Look at my one. I heard a ladder. That's probably my neighbor. Let's say you got $500. Well, we'll take it up a notch. Let's say both of us need $10,000 for a down payment on the house, right? We both bound a rental property. Okay? So we got to save $10,000 to get the rental property. Let's say you saving. Let's say you saving $250 every payday to get to your 10,000. This guy, I got an 832 credit score. I'm gonna go to my credit union and say, hey, I need $10,000. They're gonna give it to me. I'm gonna go purchase that property, right? You still trying to save. Now, once I get that money, I start velocity banking. Start dumping my paycheck back into that open line of credit, right? I had that 10, if I'm paying $2,000 a month, 5 months, I'm good to go. You still saving. Then I see another property. I reach in there and get me another $10,000. Now I got 2 properties. You still saving. Now tell me again, who's king? Go ahead. I'm royalty. You see? Credit. If anybody tell you that credit don't matter, get away from them. All they doing is repeating what they heard. I was guilty. I used to think credit card was a bad thing. Stay away from credit card. They're just going to get you in debt. No. Credit cards are not bad. People have bad behavior with credit cards. Then they'll say, that's predatory lending. Define predatory. School loans is predatory. Credit cards is a choice. Nobody told you to get that credit card. You applied for it. Did you not? Go ahead, I'll wait. Just asking. You applied for it. How's it predatory? You applied for it. Now, school loan, that's predatory. They'll tell you one thing, but then when your bill comes, you owe like $18,000. And then by the time you graduate from school, you owe $25,000. How the hell that happen? Predatory. They got all these extra fees and all this stuff to go in there. You'll never pay it off unless you pay cash. Just like the IRS, penalties and interest daily. School loan is just like that. Think about it. A school loan is the only thing, watch this, that you can't write off on a chapter. That should let you know right there, predatory. You can't write it off. It's very rare you can get rid of a school loan. That's why they lock you in like that. Oh, you ain't got to pay it till you graduate. 6 months after you graduate, you can start to pay. Majority of the time, people go to school for a degree that they can't even use out here in public. So if I borrow 90 and I'm only making $50,000 a year, how's that adding up? How you gonna pay that back? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm not knocking people with degrees and stuff like that. My entire family has a degree. My wife has a nursing degree. My son has a mechanical, double major mathematics degree. Now, mathematics business degree, right? He's in the military. Now he's going back for a project manager's degree, master's. My daughter, nursing degree. My other daughter, business degree. Me, I ain't got one damn degree, dog on it, but hey, yeah, buddy. I got ideas for you, though. I got some ideas for you to make that money. All you need is ideas to make money. Think about it. Right now, you got people with master degrees out of work. Master degrees out of work. I ain't got one degree, but I got more equipment than Home Depot, dog. I'll never be without a job. See, that's why I tell people that she's that PhD in money. You better stop telling the truth. You see? Knowledge is power, but only if you use it. Y'all understand that? I say it again. Knowledge is power, but only if you use it. All right? All right, guys, that's my hour. This is what I got coming up, okay? That's what I did degrees, so you're a discipline. That's not guaranteed a career. That's right, young. She said it best. Degrees show that you are disciplined, does not guarantee career. Yeah. It just puts you in that ball game. It just puts you in a degree position for that position. It doesn't guarantee you a job. You know? How can I educate somewhere with a 0 to start credit? You can get an unsecured credit card. And if you got kids, guys, hear me out. This is the trick that I use with my son, for my son and them. I put them on my credit card. Even though I didn't give them my credit card, I put their name on my credit card. What that does is when you swipe, they get credit for it. Did you hear me? When you swipe, they get credit for it too. Help them out. Help them build credit. You see? You know? That's right, Eve, master moneymaker. Yeah. You see? I always tell people, and my wife get mad when I say this. I said, I'm not a smart guy. My wife says, shut up, Poppy. Shut up, Poppy. You know, I pay attention. You know how everybody has their niche? You know, hairdressers have their niche. Well, maybe the wrong subject. But people fix hair, they good at it. You know, and people work on cars, that's their niche. Painters, that's their niche. Siding and sheetrock, that's their niche. I got a bunch of niches that keep me rolling. I'm on a mission. Summertime, I know I'm cutting grass, detailing cars, cleaning concrete and sidewalk. I can make so much money in the summertime just doing those and just invest it. Never touch it, just invest it. Here, go do something for me. That's the first thing I do when somebody give me a check. I take a picture of it, send it to my bank, go do something for me. I get cash. I was like, I don't want no cash. Go put that in the bank. That's nasty. I don't know how many people done touch that. Go do something for me. See? Riches is the niches. That's right. Riches is the niches. I got to use that one. You see? You don't have to have a lot of money. You just got to have the knowledge of money. You see? That's why my wife and I are moving to the Caribbean, right? What you think you need here, you don't need over there. You think you need all this glorious money to live over here? You don't need it over there. It's slower, which we like to slow because all we want to do is buy some small property. We don't want no big old house, fancy house. We don't want to draw all that attention to us. Grab our latte, go down to the beach and hold hands and walk the beach and talk our stuff. Girl, you look good today. You go, girl. That's all we want to do. Simple life. You know what I mean? That's right. Hustle, make the knowledge. Keeps it. That's right. You know? See, it's okay to work, guys, but let your money work for you as well. Don't sit there and just work your entire life and get tired. You see? And get tired. You know? I'm not telling people to get in their relationships and all this stuff. I'm just telling you my story. I love stories, especially mine. My wife and I work as a unit. And I was telling this guy this, right? And I was like, he was comparing what he was making. I started smiling. He said, what? I said, we can take my wife's whole paycheck and put it in there to our savings, and we'll still live the same life. He said, huh? I said, it's two of us. I said, we can build quicker. See? That's just me. I'm not saying go out there and get in a relationship so you can build something. No. My relationship is based on love. I love my baby. She loves me. Ever been in bankruptcy? 21 years ago, I was in bankruptcy. But here's the key, Adonna. I didn't need to be. The lawyer I was dealing with talked me into filing bankruptcy. Now that I know what I know, didn't need to touch it. I just didn't have the knowledge. You know? Is it possible to come back? I'm right here. The man right here. I'm right here. Of course it is. I'm right here talking to you. I'm here talking to you. See, here's the thing about a bankruptcy, Adonna. The minute you come out, Your information has been sold already. You know what I'm saying? Your information has been sold already. Use the 802. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. People don't realize that when you come out of bankruptcy, these companies know you're already out and they'll start sending you credit card applications. Facts. It's just like when you sign up for something on the computer or you buy a home. Let's say you buy a home from Fannie Mae. And next thing you know, Ally Bank got your mortgage. They sold it. Exact same thing. They already know that you out. You ain't got to tell nobody you out. They know. You know? Say, my credit already cooked, Unc. Well, we're going to have to put some aluminum foil on it and get it out of the oven, bro. We can fix it. See, Raheem, my young brother, the mindset would destroy someone. I'm not talking about you yourself. If you think you can't, you can't. If you think the world is against you, it is. If you think you broke, you are. Protect this, my brother. You know how people say, well, I'm not feeling well today. When, let's say I got a stomachache, I'm not feeling well. I'm like, shh, it's a beautiful day. I'm not putting that in my head. See, what we think about on a daily basis makes us or breaks us. You know? See, here's the thing. People wake up mad because they got to go to work. This guy, I run my TikTok channel, run my YouTube channel, detailing cars, driveways, sidewalks, post office. I'm always like this. Everybody else mad. I'll be like, yeah. My mindset. I look at those as foundations to get to my mission. The Caribbean. People without a mission, they're pissed off and mad all the time, and they're depressed because they don't have nothing to go to. They ain't got nothing to aim towards. Let's see. And yeah, that part. What I was going to say, guys, I got invited to the TikTok studio, right? So I'm going to bring you guys in, right? Because I want to get up and personal with you guys. My platform, I want to make it safe for you to come and talk about your finances, okay? And I don't want nobody to be trying to judge you. I don't block people because they talking bad about me or trying to discredit me. That don't bother me. But I refuse to let somebody come on my platform and disrespect my family. That's you. We can talk about these things. That's why people don't want to talk about finances, man. They think somebody's going to judge them. People would rather talk about the SEX than their finances. Why? Because they're embarrassed about it. You see? When you give people information, you make them think of their situation. The mirror scares some people. Why? Because once they learn this information, they start looking at the situation that they're in. Now they got to look at themselves. That's why people, they like chaos. And I use this as an analogy. We are so used to chaos, right? Busy. Your brain is short-circuiting. You got so much stuff going through your mind, right? You short-circuit out, right? Now, what if you get rid of all the chaos? Now you got your thoughts. Because if you got chaos, you got your thoughts competing with the thoughts that's not yours. It's being put in your head. Get rid of the chaos. This is why I teach this. I want you to stop being chaotic. Get rid of it. Now you can think on your own. You can think. Okay? All right, guys. That's my class. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's right. Know better, do better. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Join me Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. And we'll talk about, I guess we'll talk about a little cryptocurrency. See, we hadn't had that class in a while. So guys, I'm kind of involved in a little everything. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the new subscribers. I appreciate my old heads, you know. Oh yeah, appreciate you, D-Ray. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, Adonna. You know, so just put the notification on your phone that I'm coming on, share the channel. And here's our, And here's what I ask you, right? Here's what I ask you. Share the channel, but what you learn, you teach your kids, teach your parents, teach your cousins, teach your friends. You can't teach everybody because everybody or everyone is not ready to learn. You understand what I say that? What I mean by that is everybody's not ready to listen until they're ready to listen. You see? And most people will listen if they see you doing something different and you're succeeding at it. Then they're going to have questions for you. All right? All right, guys, you guys take care of yourself. I love you guys, and I'll see you Wednesday, man. One love. All right, guys, you guys take care of yourself. I love you guys, and I'll see you Wednesday, man. One love. One love.